Hey everybody, thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Welcome to Talkin' Habs. In this video, I'm going to take a look at the possible protected list for the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming Seattle Kraken expansion draft. And yeah, now you got to remember, this is going to be my opinions on what I would do if it were me deciding. It's not me deciding, but this is what I would do if it were. So, the rules, before we get to all that, if you're a Habs fan like I am, and you want to see more videos like this, reviews, previews of games, live casts of games, all kinds of different Habs videos, then subscribe, ring that notifications bell, which is down there, and that'll get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. Also, give a thumbs up if you like the video. And if you have any ideas, so if you disagree with me here, let me know in the comment section what you would do, who you would put in there that's different from me. So please do that. And yeah, let's get into the video. So I've got it up here as, there's two options for them. 7 forwards, 3 defense, 1 goalie, or they can go with 8 skaters. So, if, like if your defense is super hot, you might want to go 4 or 5 defensemen that you protect. And so you can do that. So you got 8 skaters and 1 goalie. I have it up here, the forwards, the defense, the goalie. The question about Weber, do they protect Weber? And about Price, because a lot of people are talking about Price should be allowed to be selected by the Kraken. So, so we'll talk about that. There is also, like, Nick Suzuki does not have to be protected. Romanov does not have to be protected because they're first or second year players and they don't have to be protected. So there's a few, like, I think Paling as well. Caulfield, obviously. So those guys, all the prospects, none of them have to be protected because they're not eligible. So it's the eligible players that we're drawing from. And yeah, this is my ideas on what might happen based on the roster that we have right now. Remember, the trade deadline is April 12th, which is coming up in, I'm filming this on the 5th, so in 1 week. That's 5 weeks. 1 week is the trading deadline. So depending on what might go down there, because they might pick up somebody that they're going to want to protect, and they might do nothing, so we don't know. So this is my ideas. Again, we'll start with the forwards, 1 to 7, in no particular order, because there's no reason to put them in any order. I just got to have 7 forwards, 3 defense, 1 goalie. Awesome. I'm going to start with the new addition, one of the new additions, Josh Anderson, signed to a 5-year contract, 7-year contract, excuse me, $5.5 million. 7-year deal. The way he's performing, all that. Josh Anderson is definitely going to be one of the core players going forward, and that's what you're basically protecting your core players. If you think they're going to be around long, if they're a core player, you figure they're going to be. Anderson definitely qualifies there. Anderson's on my list for that. I guess in that light, we're going to put up. I'm going to put Tyler Toffoli. Why? Because he's here for 3 more years after this season. So he's signed. He's got a great contract. I don't want him picked up because if you leave Toffoli unprotected, if I'm Seattle, I pick up Toffoli. So I'm going to put him on the list. Let's cross these guys out. The guy they just signed to his extension, that's Gallagher. Gallagher's on the list. You might think, okay, Gallagher, do they want to pick up a guy that, his size and all that, at that price for the term that he's gone on his contract? They may. He's from out that way, I guess. He played his hockey in Vancouver, his junior hockey, didn't he, with the Vancouver, or whatever they were called? And he's from Alberta. I think maybe lived in BC. I mean, he's, he might want to go back there. I don't think he does. I think he wants to stay here. But you gotta protect Gallagher. I'm babbling away there, but you gotta protect Gallagher. This one might be a little controversial, but I think you gotta protect Jonathan Drouin. I think you do. He's playing well now. I mean, okay, we're all talking about he doesn't score enough, but I think you got to protect him. You know what? He still has a pretty good contract, and there's some term on it. Yeah, I think you got to protect him. Number 5. There's 2 guys here. I'm not 100% sure, because, well, this guy actually I should be. He's in his 3rd season, so you got to protect KK. So you got to protect KK. That's an obvious one. He's in his 3rd season, so he's not one of the first, second-year players. You got to protect him. The next guy I'm not sure about if he qualifies, and that's Jake Evans. I think you got to protect Evans. There's a lot of talk that Evans will go to Seattle if he's left unprotected. I think he's part of the core. I think he's a guy you don't really want to lose. And I do believe at his age, the thing is, I'm not sure if he's a second year. He's a 2nd year player. I don't know. It's kind of confusing for that. So I'm going to put a question mark next to Evans in that I don't know if he has to be protected or not. So I'll do an update to this when we get closer to the expansion draft, obviously that week, and I'll have corrected that. And then the next one I was kind of struggling with. And because some of these guys that you might think, well, you got to protect them, they're UFAs at the end of the season. I don't think you got to protect those guys because you can kind of work out a deal with them, leave it unsigned, let them get picked. They don't sign with Seattle. And they come back when the free agent period opens up and you sign a deal with them. So I don't think Danault, Tatar, Armia, I don't think they got to be put on. That's not really good English. I don't think they have to be put on this list because of that. So I'm not doing that. But there's an RFA out there, and unless he gets moved at the trade deadline, I think you got to protect Lehkonen too. Now I went over the roster, and to me, it's between him and Byron. And I think I'll talk about moving Byron with that contract. You expose Byron and maybe they take him. So there's my forwards. I got 7 there. So Anderson, Toffoli, Gallagher, Drouin, KK, Evans, Lehkonen, and Evans with the question mark because I'm not 100% sure that he has to be protected or not. So there you go. That's the forwards. On defense, I think now remember, Romanov does not have to be protected. He's a first-year player, does not have to be protected, and all the prospects drafted, Goalie, Norlinder, they don't have to be protected because they're not eligible. So that leaves, I'm going to start with Petrie. Petrie just signed to a 4 or 5 year extension. I think it was a 4-year extension. Anyways, he's going to be here. You got to protect him because, quite frankly, you leave him exposed. He doesn't have a ridiculous contract. He could get picked easily. Next up, I'm going to go with Edmondson. Edmondson. I think you could either go Sherrod or Edmondson here because they both have modified no trade clauses, but I don't think that qualifies like a no movement clause where if a guy has a no movement clause, he has to waive that because you can't move him even. Like you can't put him down to the minors even. So with a modified no trade, I don't think you have to get them to waive that. So I'm not 100% positive on that because if that's the case, then you got to protect Sherrod as well. But I think they protect Edmondson. And I didn't write. I had it right the first time. I corrected it, and I was wrong. That's pretty good today. So Edmondson. And then for me, on this list that they've got, if it's either going to be Sherrod, or I kind of think I think I'm going to protect Kulak. I like the way Kulak works with his partners, Petrie. I just think you got to protect Kulak. He's proved to be pretty good, and I want to keep him around. I know he's got a low contract. I mean, he's affordable, and I don't think you want to lose him at this point. So now you notice I didn't protect Weber. Weber doesn't have a no movement clause, so he doesn't need to be. He needs to be protected. But he doesn't need to be protected either. At Weber's age, at the salary that he commands, I don't protect Weber because I doubt he gets picked up. I doubt he gets picked up. And considering he's kind of in his decline, maybe that's, if they do pick him up, it could be a blessing in disguise. So I don't protect Weber. I don't think they pick him. Goalie, does Price waive his no movement clause? My English isn't very good today to go unprotected. because he's got a no movement clause. He has to be protected. Or if he waives it, you leave him open. Do they pick him? And then that way you can protect Jake Allen. Because quite frankly, I don't want to lose Jake Allen here. I think I think that gives you that bridge up to Primo. He's a good backup goalie. You're not going to struggle or worry about your backup goalie. He's going to be at a good salary. And quite frankly, will Kraken take Price? I doubt that. Not at $10.5 million for the cap hit. Maybe if they got such a low cap, I mean, maybe, but maybe that solves the problem as well, right? I don't know. Maybe it does. So personally, I try to get Price to waive that no movement clause, and if he does, I protect Allen. If he doesn't, then you have to protect Price. So if he doesn't waive that, you have to protect. Anyway, I said it. I don't have to write it up there. So that's the way it is. But for me personally, I get him to waive that, and I protect Allen, and I think that's the best because I don't think Seattle takes Price. No matter what the connection, I know with his wife, I know all that. So maybe that's the blessing in disguise. They do want him, they take him, and then look how much money we've got left over. I mean, I think that could be, I don't know. There's plenty of good goalies out there that cannot replace Price the way Price was in 2014, 2015 and all that. No, but you can get a really good goalie and you can move forward and it wouldn't be a problem. So I think either way, it's a win-win personally, and that's how I approach it. So there you go. That's my idea for what the protected list is going to look like right now, depending on what happens in the trade deadline. So let me know in the comment section if you agree with me. If you don't, if you think I'm crazy, what you would put in there, like who you would trade and or trade out. And yeah, let me know in the comment section. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and ring that notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here talking Habs. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. See you next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.